Hello, welcome back to the Warhouse YouTube channel. Melanie here. We are going to start a new segment on the Warhouse YouTube channel. This is going to be an awesome series to help individuals with a lot of different concerns and questions on how to use the custom war machines at the Warhouse gym. We've came across plenty of questions on how to use the war machines as well as different variations that have been seen on our social media platforms. I'll be here to help you and also guide you in the tutorial. There are plenty of different variations on all of the custom war machines, and they are all extremely safe and very user-friendly. So follow along with me and I'll help you get started. Alrighty guys, exercise variation number 1. It's going to be a squat. So follow along. We are going to be using the angled positioning on this pendulum. So if you are going to be at the most bottom position, you'll be able to do quads. The highest position more targeted for hamstrings. And then obviously if you're doing close stance, shoulder stance, or wide positioning, allows for more inner and outer adduction as well. Awesome, let's go ahead and demonstrate variation number 1. I'm going to easily get into the platform. I'm going to get into the bar pads. I can rest my shoulders, easily stand up and unlock the lock on your right side. Comfortably walk onto the angled platform. Now, you can set up your positioning however you like. Up high, down low. If you like more close stance, a comfortable shoulder stance, or also a wide stance as well. I'm going to demonstrate a close/shoulder stance variation. I'm going to allow myself to still bring my hips back and sit down into the squat, which allows me to swoop down into that pendulum position. I want to control at the very bottom, not let myself jam down, and then fully come back up, driving through my heels and not locking my knees. I can safely come down. Let's say if I were to bottom out and I can't come back up and I don't have a partner or no one's around me, I can safely, if I can't pick it back up here and I'm struggling, I can simply just set it down and it can just bottom out and it comfortably just sits onto the pad and I can easily just crawl out of it, which hopefully that were never to be an issue. But the awesome part about this counterweight is that it does have that bottom positioning factor, so it's not going to crush you at the very bottom position. Narrow stance, bottom of the platform for a more quad dominant position. Wide stance squat, inner adductors variation. Shoulder stance up high for a hamstring dominant squat position. Awesome, so variation number 2 is going to be the curtsy lunge. This is going to be very fun as it helps to have a deeper stretch on the glute and the hamstring. What is awesome is it has our angled platform and then the bottom raised platform, so you do have a very comfortable positioning on the very bottom and you can help rest your leg there versus some of them are going to just be all the way on the floor. Awesome, with the curtsy lunge, same thing. You're going to be able to unlock and then walk onto the angled platform. This is going to be one leg at a time, and then the curtsy lunge allows you to have a deeper stretch in the glute and the hamstring, as well as depending on how flexible you are, you can position your foot a little higher on the platform or a little lower, since you will be stretching. You'll have the opposite leg in the very back, kind of letting it hang behind you. And then this curtsy lunge, if you go a little bit more on the inside, you can get more of a deeper stretch and activation on the glute. So you're able to lunge forward if I go a little bit higher, I have to get a deeper stretch. There we go. There we go. So one of the key notes and tips for the curtsy lunge is making sure that the knee almost goes into this middle crack here. So you can get that full stretch and you can feel it all the way deep down on your glute. Sweet. And then switch to the opposite foot. And then same thing. I'll quickly just play around with it to find that perfect position. But same thing, try to bring the knee into the crack to get that full deep stretch as if you were on like a regular floor. Exercise variation number 3, a front squat on the War Machine, the Pendulum War Machine. The raised platform at the very bottom allows you to be able to perform a front squat. And what is also awesome, the back lock here allows me to unlock it when I'm running it reverse. For example, I'm going to get into the pads right over my shoulders. Now I can pick up the machine. Now I can unlock it with my left hand right in front of me very comfortably, and now it's fully unlocked. Now you just position yourself where you feel comfortable, and then obviously the pad is going to be right in the middle of your groin and your hips, so you're going to need to find at least a good wide shoulder stance, not extremely wide but regular, so that you can properly have the bar go in between your legs and your knees, and it clears it properly. You don't want it to obviously be over, so then you can't get that full range of motion. So I'm going to sit as I would in a regular front squat, bend at my hips and come down. You can reach 90, and also with this front squat variation, you can get a good, nice little deeper stretch, and then you can really squeeze with your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads all the way back up when you drive through your heels. And then play around with it. Obviously, anyone that's shorter or taller will adjust accordingly. I can go a little bit more in front if I want to have a little bit more of a deeper stretch as well on my glutes, so that I can sit a little bit more back into it, a little bit further than versus just staying here at 90. I can get a little bit more of a deeper stretch here at the bottom, which is amazing as well. And then I can obviously go a little bit wider on the platform and perform a wide squat, a wide front squat. Awesome. Variation number 4 on the pendulum is going to be the Bulgarians. This is an awesome and very fun variation, as since you can run the machine reverse, this angled platform allows you to be able to perform the back leg in a position as if you would be doing it on a bench or using a box for a height positioning. So this one's really awesome. And then once I get in the actual mechanism itself, I can show you that once I'm properly placed, it's very easy and it's very functional to use for the fact that it actually mimics how you dip back into your Bulgarian to get that full stretch. So let me show you how. Same thing, I'm going to be able to get onto the platform. I'm going to get myself inside the machine with my shoulders onto the pad, and I can stand up properly. Now with this back lock, I can unlock the machine, and now I have the full range of motion. What's awesome about this different variation is that it mimics a full stretch for a Bulgarian, and you don't have to use any dumbbells or any other type of assisted machine. So the leg that I'm using forward is going to be a little bit out to the right, since I have this bar pad here, and I needed this to pass the middle of my hips and my groin area. So I'm going to clear the space by putting whatever leg I'm using a little bit more out to the side. So this is going to be out to the right, and then now I can grab either here on my shoulders, here on the bar, or on the pad, wherever you'd like. And then the other foot is going to go raised backwards. So this other foot is going to go raised on the bench. Depending on how flexible you are, you'll be able to adjust properly. I usually will go about in the middle, and then I will basically just put my toe on there, and then I can sit back into my Bulgarian for that full stretch and achieve that full 90 stretch, or a little bit deeper if I can as well.
There we go. Play around with the foot positioning. You'll find exactly where it fits perfect to where it passes your leg, but it feels extremely comfortable. There is no pain on my lower back whatsoever. And then you can obviously add weight accordingly. Same thing, place your foot backwards. There we go. Find that proper positioning that works best for you.
Exercise variation number 5. This is going to be the Sissy squat. This is a very fun and very safe workout. A lot of individuals will usually perform this on a hack squat or just by themselves. So essentially, the Sissy squat is going to mimic that position where you are hinging forwards and completely stretching from locked knees to fully flexed knees, depending on how fully flexible you are. And people usually do it on the hack squat because you can go down, right? But with this one, a really good variation is you get that same positioning stance from coming in that reverse/front variation. So you're able to come back up, unlock the lever as well. And then once I'm going to get adjusted for the Sissy squat, the biggest difference here is that I want my entire abdomen to be fully aligned and on the pad itself, essentially like mimicking that position where you're bent forward backwards. So my toes are going to go here in this crevice crack, and I'm going to place them in a proper shoulder stance position. And then as you can see here, I have my belly and my groin area and chest completely on the pad, almost like I let go of my hands and I'm fully on the pad, right? So the cool thing about this one is I'm here at that position where my knees are almost locked. So then I can fully come down for that full stretch in that Sissy squat position and go from fully locked into fully stretched here at that very bottom position. Come back up. Essentially, you're just driving your knees down to the bottom platform for a full stretch here on the quads. And you're on your toes. Your heels will be off the entire time of the movement. This is extremely safe. There is no pain whatsoever. Fully stand up. Now I can lock the pendulum, place it down, then walk back out. And that is the awesome 5 variations that are very safe and extremely comfortable on the Pendulum War Machine here at the Warehouse Gym, built by Adam Steele. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and click the button down below if you haven't so already. Melanie here at the Warehouse. If you have any questions, let us know. Please do not have any fear on the War Machines. They are awesome and very, very functional and easy to use. See you at the Warehouse Gym, guys.